welcome back to my channel. Today's video is focused on choosing the best trading brokerage. So I'll fully discuss the main elements of the most popular brokerages and the fundamental pros and cons of each one. On the screen, you see a listing of the most commonly used brokerages, but let me just say, I don't personally use all of these platforms. I only use 4 of them, which is Charles Schwab, Fidelity, Thinkorswim, and I still have my Stash account from when I first learned how to trade. I don't use Stash very often, but I still have the account open. So I'm going to go ahead and provide a comparison between all of these stock brokerages so that you can make an informed decision on which one or two you feel provides the best value for you. Now again, I can only provide the research that I've done since I don't have access to all of these platforms. But let's go ahead and jump into it. So some may ask, why is there a need to be super selective with choosing a brokerage? Don't they all provide the same thing? And that's a big misconception because each brokerage you'll learn offers different features and elements of service. So choosing the right one, of course, is going to provide the elements of service you would need. And of course, this is going to be essential for several reasons. First, it directly impacts the costs you incur, which can significantly affect your investment returns. Second, the quality of service can make a substantial difference in resolving issues and providing guidance when needed. Lastly, different brokerages offer different levels of educational resources, all of which can heighten your ability to invest effectively to reach your financial goals. So therefore, selecting the brokerage that best aligns with your needs and your investment strategy is key to maximizing your investing success. But let's go ahead and start with breaking down the pros and cons of Thinkorswim. Okay, so let's start with Thinkorswim. And again, I can personally attest to the pros and cons that you see on the screen because I do utilize this platform. So under the pros, we see first the advanced trading tools. I do agree because of the customizable features within the platform. They do offer advanced charting and technical analysis tools, and this just helps you with optimizing your trades. So again, that is a pro. The education and resources, I also can say this is very valid because when I first learned how to trade, they did provide extensive educational resources and tools for, traders to learn. They made sure it was beginner friendly for the most part, as far as like the video breakdowns. Customer service, I will say they do offer really great customer service. I'll say it's outstanding as a matter of fact. They're very kind, very friendly anytime I call in, so they check that off the list. Now, the cons to Thinkorswim, I do also agree with as well. It is complex and it can be a bit overwhelming if you're a beginner trader and you're just learning how to invest. The interface isn't as easily able to be understood because it's not as comprehensive as other platforms. And then in addition to that, the fees are a bit higher for certain trades compared to their competitors, especially for options trading. So these are the pros and cons for Thinkorswim. So just keep these things in mind, okay? So let's go ahead and move on. Next, we have WeBull. So the pros that they have listed, again, just with my research that I've done, is that they have commission-free trading. So they offer stocks, obviously ETFs, options, and cryptocurrency commission-free, which is great. They also have stated that it is a user-friendly interface. So it's an easy-to-use platform that's intuitive because of the design. So that's wonderful. They also have listed that the research tools provide basic research and tools for market data, and I'm sure it has, analysis and evaluation techniques you can use. That's great as well. So let's take a look at the cons. They say first, there's limited customer support. So some users report issues with customer service responsiveness. So that can be something that if you're, not comfortable with that may be something to put at the forefront, maybe take note of it. They also have stated that there's limited investment offerings. So they don't offer a wide range of investment options compared to larger brokerages, okay? So again, this is WeBull, just keep it in mind. Let's go ahead and move on. So next, there's InteractiveBrokers. So a few of the pros are going to be the low costs. They're known for low commission and fees, especially for active traders, so that's a good thing. Also, global access. I do know this about InteractiveBrokers. They are available international, so for their markets, they have a wide range of variety of different options, so never feel like you're restricted with InteractiveBrokers. And then in addition to that, the advanced trading tools, of course, they're going to be sophisticated because they have to be because they're worldwide. So I can assume that the trading platform is pretty robust, so that's good. Now the cons would be the complexity. They say it's not as beginner friendly due to the advanced nature of the trading tools and the interface. And then also inactivity fees. So they charge you fees for any time you have inactivity on your account, which might affect the occasional trader. So if you're not one to trade every single day or maybe even once or twice a week, whatever it may be, I'm not sure the specifics on it, but clearly they charge fees for inactivity. So just keep that in mind as you're looking at these brokerages. So next up, we have Charles Schwab. One of the pros is the low cost. Of course, they offer competitive pricing with no commissions on stocks, ETFs, and options, which again, I can say that is valid. That's true. Their customer service, again, I will agree. It's regarded very well as far as respective. They're very kind. They offer that support anytime you need them. Even late night, I've called before, and they've still answered. They're still available, which is perfect. And then also their banking integration. They do have that service that is offered, including like checking accounts and ATMs. Obviously, we know that for fee reimbursement. Great opportunity to take advantage of that if you need to. Now, the cons would be the mutual fund fees. Some mutual funds have higher transaction fees compared to other brokerages, and it makes sense because of the sophistication within Charles Schwab. And then lastly, the platform complexity. While user-friendly, it may not have as many advanced tools as some of the competitors. Again, it's totally subjective when we kind of do this kind of research, but this is what I pulled. So you guys can choose to, decide on what makes the most sense for you. So let's go ahead and move on. So next we have Fidelity. Let me start by saying for me, Fidelity is a platform that I strictly use for long-term holding of stocks. I don't trade anything short-term within Fidelity because for me personally, this is the brokerage that I use for long-term investing. So just keep that in mind. You don't have to follow that, but I do have separate accounts for a category of what I would want for my investment strategy, and Fidelity just happens to be the long-term one for me, okay? So let's look at the pros. One, they say the investment options. They have a wide range of choices, including mutual funds with no transaction fees and commission-free ETFs, which again, you can't beat that. That's a really great offering. The customer service, again, great, awesome. Next is the research and tools. They offer that robust research tools for educational resources. Again, this is one of the platforms I used when I first learned to trade. They have really comprehensive videos. You can't really beat that. So again, a pro. Now, a couple of the cons are going to be the account fees. They charge fees for some services and accounts, such as transaction fees for non-Fidelity funds. And that's just one of the things they do. So there's no real way around it. And then they do have high minimums. So some accounts have high minimum investment requirements, and you would just have to do your research to understand what that means for what you would want. This may not even be applicable to some new traders, so it may not even be of value to kind of mention, but it was one of the cons that I did discover when I did my research. So let's go ahead and move on. Next up, we have TradeStation. Now, again, these pros and cons, some of them are a bit repetitive, but again, I'm just giving you guys a full offering so you know what you're getting yourself into if you haven't decided or dedicated your time to a specific platform. So, pros for TradeStation. It's going to be the advanced trading tools. They have a technology that's suitable for active traders, which is awesome. Low cost as well, so it's competitive pricing. And then the research and education, that's always going to be a benefit to have. When we look at the cons, they've listed complexity because it may be a bit overwhelming for beginners due to the advanced features and the interface. And sometimes, you guys, that's just you having to get over the lack of knowledge, just kind of playing with the interface. And if they have any like demo or simulator accounts, that would be beneficial and useful as well. And then lastly, they have the fees are going to be a bit higher, especially for less frequent traders. So again, inactivity, that's going to entail a fee that's coming along with TradeStation. So if you're not comfortable with that, you may want to steer clear of it or just try another platform that may be more beneficial for you. So let's go ahead and move on. Okay, last but not least, we have Robinhood. And let me just say this, y'all. Me personally, I don't utilize this platform. I was told that Robinhood is Robin the Hood, so for me personally, I steer clear. Like, I don't bother with Robinhood. I'm not saying anything negative about it. I don't personally have an experience with Robinhood, so I'm just going to list off the pros and cons from the research that I've done. But again, for me personally, this is not a platform I would utilize. So one of the pros is commission-free trading. Of course, that's going to be for stocks, ETF, options, and cryptocurrency. So I found that out as well. It's a user-friendly interface, simple and easy to use on mobile and web platforms. So again, that's a benefit. Fractional shares, that's another thing I'm going to talk about in just a second. But a Robinhood allows you to trade fractionally, which means you get like micro investing abilities. And then the cons are the limited features. They've stated that the basic research tools have limited investment options compared to the traditional brokerages that we know. And then controversies. Yes, I'll avoid going into detail, but there have been past controversies related to service outages and order execution practices. So again, use it at your own risk. I won't say any more about Robinhood. I'll leave it for you guys to decide on your own. So yeah, let's just go ahead and move on. Okay, so let's just do a quick recap and summary so that we have everything in context. If you're seeking a beginner-friendly platform, then Robinhood and WeBull stand out for their simplicity and ease of use. For more advanced traders, Thinkorswim, InteractiveBrokers, and TradeStation offer a robust set of tools for more experienced investors. In regards to cost consciousness, Schwab, Fidelity, and InteractiveBrokers offer competitive pricing and knowledgeable services. So, all in all, each brokerage has special features that can help you make the best decision as to what will accommodate your investing needs. So just choose wisely and make an informed choice, of course. Okay, so one brokerage I did not want to fail to mention is Stash. This is a user-friendly way to introduce the concept of micro-investing. And the reason I say that is because when I first learned to invest, I utilized Stash. And it was pretty beneficial in terms of teaching how to buy what is known as fractional shares. And that just means you're buying a piece of a share, you're not buying the whole share itself. Of course you can if you feel the need to do so, but let me give you an example. Let's say QQQ, for the purpose of this video, at the time of filming, QQQ's share price is $4.91. So that's nearly $500 for one share of the ETF. So you may not want to invest a full $500 to one share of a company. You may want to decide to break the money up and own fractional pieces, aka micro-investing. So Stash is the perfect place to do that. I will say the interface is simplistic. You can also have automated investing set up for DRIP as well. And this can help with DCA, which is dollar cost averaging. In addition to that, there are low fees associated with the brokerage. I know when I first started investing, it was about $1 a month for the service. Now I think it's up to $3 a month, which isn't bad. But if you're interested in keeping the app, maybe just try it for a month or so just to learn how to initiate trades and how the market moves. So with that, they also provide personalized guidance through their advisory service. So yeah, all in all, just make sure you go over the details of all options and choose the best brokerage for you. And that'll pretty much do it for this video. If you found the information to be helpful, feel free to leave a comment down below. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.